Some of the greatest joys we experience in life are as a result of a happy family life. But living in these hectic last days, achieving such happiness is very difficult. The governing body deeply appreciates you hardworking parents and all that you're doing to try to help your children find a rich, satisfying life. As a parent, I remember the challenge we faced trying to develop love for Jehovah in the hearts of our two little boys. We used the tools available, the Bible, Watchtower articles, and then in 1978, how thrilled we were to receive my book of Bible stories. What a godsend this proved to be.
G'day, NotJah Witness here for part 9 of Calling Bullshit on the Jehovah's Witness Children's book, My Book of Bible Stories. We're moving through them now with number 56, Saul, Israel's first king. Jehovah picked Saul to be king of the Israelites, being anointed by Samuel from the previous story, now an old man himself. The people love Saul, and they go on to slaughter many otherwise innocent in the name of Jehovah, and God saw that it was good. However, Saul at some point gets scared or something, and God takes offense that he doesn't have faith in him. So Jehovah strips Saul of his kingship and tears him down spiritually. Then the pages threaten the reader, stating that this is why we must always obey Jehovah, or go from being good in his eyes to being bad. In other words, holding the fear of eternal death and loss over your family and friends forever if you disobey the governing body. This story also mentions that Saul was a humble man, despite being well off in life, it seems. So it serves as a warning to those that think having all that might help them win God's favour. But oh no, only obedience to the organisation, Jehovah, will bring that. Hearing the words "don't lose faith" begins to sound like a threat. Next is God chooses David. Yes, that David, and so we pretty much all have heard enough of this guy. It's simply about how Jehovah picked the smallest, youngest of the kids because he was the sweetest, or some shit like that. So Samuel anoints David to be king when he is old enough. Next. David and Goliath. Who doesn't love this story? The new underdog taking on the huge champion. The sling, the stones, the ridiculously lucky shot that literally had to be guided by God, by all accounts, for it to work. But all of that aside, it was a great story. I see no need to linger here on the retelling, so let's just move on. 59 is why David must run away, basically because Saul, from before, who lost the kingship, gets all jealous over David getting all the good things from God, so he tries to kill him, but Jehovah keeps David safe, because David was a good little boy for God's priests. Thus, David flees and hides out for 7 years. 60 is Abigail and David, but I'm starting not to care for all these fucking names. This chick saves the day being a good wifey to a wanker husband that doesn't treat her or anybody else right. But mainly, this is about David and the Israelites getting the shits over some shit-talking by the chick's hubby, and so David goes to have him killed for it. So the moral, according to Jehovah here, is, kids, when somebody talks shit to you, kill them. But as I said at the start, Chicky here saves his bacon by bringing food and supplies to David and his army, and apologising for our lazy, drunk-ass husband. Certainly in the words of somebody else, she needs to kick him to the curb, girlfriend. Ugh, my nerd is showing. Sorry. Now, 61, and finally David is made king, after more killing all sorts of people living around them. So then, of course, as king, they go on more murders and pillaging, and they end up taking Jerusalem. Or Jerusalem, however you want to pronounce it. Yay for Jehovah genocide! Next is kind of like the Desperate Housewives or some other TV drama. So David gets it on with a married girl while her man was fighting for him. She gets pregnant, so David has the hubby put on the front line to be killed. Smooth move. So Jehovah is pissed at David having plotted this murder, having slept with someone out of wedlock. So Jehovah has people in David's household killed, raped, and all sorts of other awful things. David loses his big battle and loses his kingship. And then just before he dies, it mentions this new king is going to be Solomon. So that's just a whole lot of God-sanctioned awfulness. Alrighty, if you ask me, this is roughly when this book starts to get interesting. Wise King Solomon threatening to murder a baby in front of its mother by slicing it in fucking 2 pieces. That is God's sanctioned brutality right there, all in the name of testing the real mother. We all know the story, but I love this one for some reason. I'm a sad little puppy. 64. Solomon builds the temple, and Jehovah saw it was good. God loved it when Solomon filled it with material riches and beauty and wealth. Jehovah loved that Solomon had a butt-ton of wives, and they all got it on together. Oh, sorry, this is a children's book, people. They all like to have sex together in what is known as an orgy, and Jehovah approved. The one thing Solomon did wrong was start worshipping other gods or idols, and that was a bridge too far for Jehovah. Solomon, however, barely sees any consequences for this, instead just gets a lecture from God about how his seed will lose everything and they will be divided and blah, blah, blah. Solomon still had a good life, even after all the shocking sinning. And what idiot starts worshipping other gods when they have a direct contact with any actual real God, and that a God that helps them win wars and all that crap? Really, if it were a real God that was really communicating with him, that was really leading to his victories or his downfall, why did Solomon go for any other god? Why didn't he see actual punishment for it when he did go with the other gods? Doesn't make a lot of sense. Okay, so this will be the last one for today, and it is the Kingdom Divided. Not the most entertaining one as a kid, but it is basically about the prophet Ahijah tearing a robe into 12 pieces to represent the 12 eventual tribes of Israel, and how they will be split into 10 and 2, with the families of Benjamin and Judah being separated from the others. Just more bullshit biblical prophecy, who'll be king, who'll go where, all that fun stuff you want to read as a kid. So that's it for today. I am thinking about going to the memorial service this year, as it's only a couple of days away, but at the same time, I'm not too sure I should need to, given how many other videos there are already like that. But let me know in the comments if you think I should, if you're one of the early birds watching this video. Otherwise, make sure to leave any of your thoughts in the comments section below. If you agree, disagree, or wish to correct me, feel free. Plus, if you have any topics you wish I would cover or dig deeper into, go ahead and leave your suggestions down there too. I am on the Twitter machine at NotJah Witness if you wanted to get in touch or just to write me your grievances. I always do love hearing from people either way. And if you would like to see more on the Jehovah's Witness or other religious beliefs, as I do what I can to expose and refute them where I can, please hit that like button and subscribe if you will. I truly appreciate it. I hope all of you have a fantastic day. Thank you for watching, and remember, I'm NotJah Witness.
All I wanna do is live.